Hey guys, how are you? I want to show you how I make my German potato salad. That's one of the few things I'm really good at doing. So I will show you how I'm going to do it. You can use whatever potatoes you want. I picked Trader Joe's organic red potatoes. I just prefer like colored potatoes over white potatoes. I will normally actually not even peel them because I just don't care. I like the skin, but you know, any little imperfections on it, I just like get rid of it with the potato peeler, whatever you call this thing. Cut them into smaller pieces and then boil them. And you can use some salt water if you want to. So I cut them into smaller pieces. Just makes it easier than I have to like do that later. And they boil faster this way. So I make them like this small, you know. Here they are. Really small pieces. It's a lot of potatoes, so whatever. A lot of potato salad for like the entire week probably, but it's so good. And now I'm just gonna let it boil, and that's gonna be for about, again, 20 minutes. Because they're so small, the pieces, it may not even take that long. And next thing I do, I'm gonna mix the organic sweet bread and butter pickles and the reduced fat mayo dressing. It's basically, it's vegan actually. Yeah, reduced fat, vegan. Mix those two together. And that's gonna be my base basically besides the potatoes. If you're doing them non-vegan, which I'm doing half and half is vegan, half is non-vegan, definitely use eggs. I boil the eggs for about 10 minutes just to make sure they're nice and hard, and then obviously, you know, shock them. If you're funny looking, you can probably just put them inside the pan and shock them like that, or use cold water. And then cut them really nice and small, and you add them to it. So far cutting the pickles, and you want to make them really nice and small, so you know they like mix in with it. And then the sauce from the pickles is what makes it really tasty and sweet. So, you know, it makes it really sweet tasting. So that's really the secret. My mom from Germany would definitely use like the eggs, and then she would use like real mayo. Again, I'm using reduced fat, but and vegan, but it's just as good. Trust me. And I'm also gonna add. And that's optional. I'm going to add some peppers to it and put a little bit of an onion in it as well. So that's all optional. You could just leave that out and just use mayo and the pickles. And if you are not vegan, you could use the eggs. If you are vegan, then leave the eggs out. But I mean, it's limitless what you could put in your potato salad. You know, it depends on what you like. But for a really basic one, these would be the basics. Yeah. So here's the pickle juice with the mayonnaise. And now I'm just gonna blend it, you know, and I don't measure it, but just go by how juicy you want it to be, how thick you want it to be. You know, you could make it a little bit juicier, and then I mean the potato's gonna eat up a lot of it. So this, and again, this is just a mayo and the pickle juice, and the pickle juice is freaking delicious. It tastes so good, and that's what gives it that nice flavor. Oregano in it, rosemary, turmeric, pepper, and some thyme. I love thyme, it just smells so good. And of course some Germans will add bacon to it. You know, I'm talking mostly vegan right now. I'm doing my vegan one, but I'm gonna do some for Jim, which is gonna include some eggs. And he also has the mayonnaise, like the real mayonnaise, and I'm gonna use my vegan mayonnaise. It's so easy, it's really easy to do, and you can get as creative as you want. Most Germans that I know don't put peppers or like any, you know, vegetables in there. Usually onions actually, and also they don't use as many herbs, but I mean, it's my taste, I love it. So I split it up half and half, and they're still like completely hot, but it's okay. You can do it hot. You could wait till it cools down a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. And I love, some people don't like the skin, like I said earlier. I think the skin is so delicious. It's also, that's where all the vitamins are in, right? And all the good stuff is in. So I prefer leaving the skin on, but I know people that do not like that. It really comes down to what you like and what you don't like. My mom peels the potatoes, and she does not use the skin. I do. Like sometimes I use the colored potatoes, which I love. I just love my food to be colorful. And now I'm just gonna add the mayonnaise, and I don't add as much. I don't add it all yet. I'm just gonna stir it and see how it goes. So this one is the one, can you zoom more in? And this one is the one with the real mayo. It's really no big difference. And then the pickles come in. And because that's the one that's not gonna be vegan, I'm going to add the eggs. It's a simple German way. Again, some Germans might add, you know, bacon to it. But this is a very basic one. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. For this one, for mine, I'm not gonna add salt. But this is pretty juicy. It may soak it up more, so at the end you might actually want to add a bit more, just a tiny bit more, because it's gonna get a bit drier. It's pretty freaking delicious, and especially it always tastes better the next day. So like let it soak in for a little bit, for like a day or so. That's the non-vegan one. I'm gonna use my mayo. I'm gonna put it all in, screw it. Should be fine. Do the same thing. Stir it. Put this away. Stir it. And because I said I love mine to be really colorful, besides the pickles, put the rest of the pickles in the other one. Besides the pickles, I'm going to add the peppers and the onions. Here we go. Nice and colorful. Herbs to it. Some rosemary. Some oregano. And I never ever measure anything, so I just like go by feel. A little bit of turmeric because I love turmeric and it's good for you. There we go. Some thyme. I love the taste of thyme. I just love it. That sounds funny. Oh, it smells so good. I just freaking love it. And some pepper. And what I usually actually also do is I put just a little dip of ketchup in it. I may do it later, but that's the JBB potato salad. This is a little bit wet, but it will dry a little bit. In a few hours, it will not be as wet. And I don't really mind it. I mean, it's fine. Pretty delicious. Oops! And I'm so messy. Oh, that's good. Oh my god. It tastes good warm too. There you have it. German potato salad, vegan style and non-vegan style. And you can see this looks, I used to love this because I love eggs. I'm trying to go vegan, so I'm gonna try the alternative. That's it. I hope you enjoy it. Try it. I'm gonna, in the description box, I'm gonna put in what I used and then give it a try and let me know how it worked for you, okay? I'll talk to you next time. And here it is, my veggie dogs and my potato salad. Delicious. It actually tastes amazing and I don't even miss the eggs. It's really good. And all the herbs really add a nice flavor to it. Delicious, you have to try it.